So what kind of intro should I realistically do? But like being serious, like do I do like the whole like hello and hold on. I need to know I need to know what specifically we're doing. I'm gonna be like, I'll do my intro, but instead of like welcome to Angels and Demons development update video number XYZ, it'll be like welcome to the all over Windows, whatever the disk name was, because it slips my mind. Microsoft Front Page 98. Welcome to All Over Windows, and today we're going to be looking at Microsoft Front Page 98. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Don't say don't say coding. If you say coding when referring to HTML, someone will flame you in the comments. Unless you're trying to farm engagement, Like if you're trying to farm engagement, I guess sure. But anyone who knows programming, they're gonna hear, I have no coding skills at all. And then it's like freaking, Microsoft front page 98, right? They're gonna be like, this guy doesn't know anything about computers. HTML ain't a programming language, bro. I'm telling you. It's web. It's like text. It's a text renderer. Bruh. It's not it's not like okay, it's not like building websites. Building websites. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Hopefully. I haven't touched HTML in so long, but surely I will definitely cross-reference my start page code. So, oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so like those like made using Winamp, and stuff like that. I mean, we can do an overview and then like actually use the program to make something more fleshed out to put on a website. Like, how soon are you wanting this video to go up? I mean, like, when is it going to be posted though? Like Friday? Okay, okay. Bet, bet, bet. Ooh, excuse me. I think so. Yeah, I'll mute my mic until you give me my cue, I guess. Hello, and welcome to All Over Windows. Today we're going to be taking a look at Microsoft Front Page 98. So, a little bit about me, real quick, since I was told to introduce myself. I'm a game developer. That's my expertise. Not really HTML, so it'll be a little fun seeing this and kind of toying around with it, seeing what we can do with it, but yeah, hopefully it'll be pretty cool. Yeah, they were cringe. They were cringe. Technically 3 years, but to be fair, I was still in college and learning programming when I started, so a lot of stuff was made really bad originally that needed to be, fixed up. So, okay. Oh wait, that's not transform. Whoops. There we go. Bloopers. That's my fault. I didn't know if you had your screen to where you could still see. I didn't know if you had your screen open where you could see it, and I know you were talking about the thing, so I was like, okay, that's my fault. We are witnessing this firsthand, folks. Never before seen. Do not lose that number. That actually is interesting. That's interesting if that's the way they were looking at it too, because then it's like, oh yeah, just you know, host a website on your personal computer. We are waiting for that start screen. Windows 98. Hopefully we don't jinx it. Oh. Well, how else were people gonna make websites for use with Windows PCs? Oh, man, that means it was really bare bones then, huh? Installing front page 98. No, I'm just watching, waiting for a moment where I can just like, "Yo!" at the screen or something. If you entered the key wrong, I was definitely gonna I was definitely gonna facepalm, but and the text was, like, with 96 point, like, huge font size. Like, "Oh, this does not bode well." I mean, if it's an eye center, they probably have to, but if it's an eye center, they probably have to have your address for, like, insurance reasons? All over Windows docs! Uh, what does that say? Because it's blurry on my screen. Uh, what is, hey, that sounds like all over Windows. Hmm, I'm fine with that. Colon. I think it's interesting how it has to host a web server to actually be able to do anything because, like, you can nowadays at least, I don't know if this was the case, on Windows 95, 98, etc., that you could just like you can just open HTML files in the browser and it just works. I think that's the idea behind it, yeah. Good question from all over Windows. Hello. The tried and true method. LAN configuration. It's just gonna be like, well, you see, we had a little bit of an issue connecting via LAN, so we'll just let you open the browser anyways. Hopefully. True. Mm-hmm. Fair. Oh, that was a noise from my shoe. I don't know how I made that noise. Um, I was gonna say you could just like FTP the HTML file over to your main PC, but yeah, you don't have network stuff. That's what I was about to get to. But quite the puzzle, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, this isn't even it's just okay, it's just like presets and stuff. This is like yeah, I guess it's like widget based? Yeah. Huh. Like that was like the actual HTML code. Go to all files and find the one that's with an HTML extension. Or they don't. Are they don't there? Me when I English. Same difference. I guess it's trying to open it through that. He might have used just a text editor then. Yeah, there we go. Yep, that looks like HTML code from what I can make out over the, the blurriness of Discord screen share. So, um, with HTML, your whole page is usually, and this was like old. I don't think you have to do this anymore, but I might be wrong. Your whole website was encased in like uh whatever you call those like little left and right arrows things, carrots, I think that's what I've heard them called. But you know, left arrow HTML, right arrow. Then all of your HTML stuff like your paragraphs, your links, your buttons, scripts, whatever, goes in that, and then you close it at the end with the left arrow forward slash HTML and then a right arrow. Navigation, that's where you're at. These are the different pages. Okay, so that big, go back to the navigation. So the home page is your main page, and then those three nodes that come off of it are the other pages that you could go to. So like aow.net slash interest slash whatever, you know? Yeah, that's essentially what it is there. Oh, I see. Okay. That looks a lot more readable too. Um, it said go to the navigation pane, right? Okay, go to the navigation pane. Yeah. Okay. Now, without double clicking, like what is the content down like in the bottom window down there? Down. Like there's the three things? Yeah, those are images. Click in there and press backspace. Yeah. The party trick, the your whole PC can be operated with the keyboard. Mhm. Yeah, so those are your different pages as HTML files, which they can be either, they can be HTML, they can be HTML, it doesn't matter as far as I understand it at least. But um what happens if you right click the nodes in the main thing? Not those, the big ones, yeah. What's in the properties? Oh, just a summary. Huh. Interesting. It's all a part of the learning process. But of course, you like right click them? Like in that you were just in? Oh, bruh. So, what knowledge have we gained from this? Choose theme. Ooh. Yo! That's pretty cool. Now that's a website. It looks like the toolbar looks like it's for notepad or something almost. Yeah. At this point, I feel like it would be easier just to write the code from scratch for all this. I think one page is just like it's the one page. Probably. I mean, if the nodes were anything to go off of originally, then yeah, probably. We're getting casual filtered by something like ah. Okay, let's see. Let's. I wonder if it likes CSS, honestly. But okay. Um, hold on. Clicked out of Discord. Whoops. Let's start by. Is there a body tag? Like, do you see like in the arrow's body? Okay. Inside those, like before you have the forward slash body, this is where you're gonna put your actual HTML stuff. So yeah, just as long as it's below the closing part of uh the head and inside the body part. Yeah. So for any kind of HTML element you want to or you have to pretty much encase it in the arrows. So like if you want to put like just a paragraph of plain text, you'll put the left arrow, P, just the letter P, and then the right arrow. Okay. And then you type whatever you want in there and then close it off in the same way. So yeah, left arrow forward slash P, right arrow to close it off. Yeah, that's HTML. it Oh, go ahead, go ahead. Like that's actually a great question and would segue perfectly into CSS if this allows us to write CSS, which I'm not sure it does, but um sort of, but um CSS is, if I remember correctly, it's an acronym for Cascading Style Sheet. And, well, it should. It has to support HTTP. That's like the only protocol pretty much. Unless you're sending it over like just pure plain text, which, well, yeah, because everything needs to be secure nowadays. But um, a header. So to write a header, to put header text, you still want to keep it in the body, ideally. Let me like close some stuff out real quick so I can this. Um, bear with me for a moment. So, yes, there's H1 through 5, actually. If you For the biggest header, you want to put H1. So if you do H1 and then your text and then forward slash H1, you'll have big text. That's header 1. And you can go down to 5, where 5 is basically the same size as standard paragraph. So, yep. Congratulations. So, the main thing with CSS is centering stuff. He's making web pages. Um, CSS will make it a lot easier to format things. So, um, ideally, we would want to say center the header, right? So, what you can do is inside the header tag, so like the first one where it's just H1, right? Um, Go into that and put a space after the H1, but before the right arrow. And we'll give it an ID. So top ID equals, and then in quotations, name it like header or something. And then, close it off, put another quotation, and then the right arrow and everything. No, not parentheses, quotations. Yes, I would imagine so. This would be setting it up to use a CSS thing, but we could also true. Um, I think we could inline CSS actually. This is where my knowledge is starting to come back a little bit about HTML. So okay, let's actually since we want to center that, right? Instead of putting the ID and we'll writing CSS, remove what I just told you to put in, but instead go before the whole tag, like before the left arrow of H1. Okay? Like on the same line would make it a little more readable, but it doesn't matter. Uh, we're gonna put another tag, put, a left arrow, then type center and close that off on the opposite side of the line. Yeah, and then on the end of the line, like after you close off the header, um, yes, yes. And this should, keyword is should, center it. There we go. That's what's up. All right. You can do that actually, and that is called center aligned or like so you could actually just if you want to do so it did inline some CSS there. Okay, cool. That's interesting to know. Okay. Let's see. So, yeah, that makes it a lot more manageable, huh? There you go. Just as a whole. You could change it from a you could change it from a paragraph to a um like a smaller header if you wanted to. Oh, just like that. using the visual part of Microsoft Front Page 98. Ah. That also lets you bold, italicize it. Oh, and yeah, just add the alignment there. Man, we really overcomplicated things, didn't we? True. Ah, okay. um, I feel like I've seen that. Oh, okay. Extra HTML stuff. I got you. There is a few things. Like one would obviously be adding links to web pages. To do that, all you have to do is instead of using P for paragraph, you use A. So put A and then a space before you close off the bracket. href equals. Forget what it actually means, but it's like it's basically it basically tells it it's a link, and this can be to um a local file too. Like if you wanted to say, like if you wanted to link to a web page that's just on the network, basically, like you would do like the file directory pretty much. But in this case, you want to put in quotes the website you want to go to. So this could be like https:// www dot. Yeah, you put the actual link in there, and then you can change the text that's displayed. So it should just work. Just close it off with the arrow, then type what you want the link text to display. And you don't have to put a space before the arrow. That actually it does read spaces, by the way. So, yeah, you don't have to do that. Well, I just noticed it. That's what I'm saying. And then you need to, once you have the text finished, close it off with /A. Yep. And that should create a hyperlink. Let's go. There is a legitimate way to add footers, and that was like that was like the one thing that was like weird for me to understand when I was going through this class in college. But there's actually an HTML footer tag. So you would um under body, but in the HTML add like in the not the brackets, the carets footer, and then like a closed one, and then stuff would be down at the bottom of the page. What am I looking at? It might just be doing it might just be formatting it for what it thinks is best practices at the time. I mean, that's how I've done it on my custom start page, but what, H1 isn't good enough for you, front page editor? I see. Oh, wait, big is for bold, isn't it? Did you bold the text? I don't know. Oh. Look, I'm rusty. I'm rusty, okay? Yeah, this is old and I'm rusty with it. So, about the spaces, if you go before the link tag, um, so like space it out a little bit, right? Just like put in some line breaks for visibility. Now go above to the empty line and just inside the oh yeah, just right there. Put BR inside of carrots. Yeah, just BR. You don't even need to close it off. I mean with a forward slash close it off. Just like yeah, put the yeah, that should add a line break and you could duplicate that as many times as you want to just push stuff down. It's not the best. Yeah, it's not the best way to do it. Yeah, doing that isn't the best way to do it, but it is a quick and dirty way to do a line break if you need to for some reason. So, should. Wimp. Every time you click over there, it changes it. I mean, it doesn't the website, or I guess in this case the browser will not read it any differently. It like you can format HTML. You could have everything on one line if you're like really weird or like automatically generated. Like you could just back everything down onto one line and the browser would read it perfectly fine to my understanding. It just makes it really like it's really annoying to try and read it like that if you do it, obviously, but yeah, that is actually pretty interesting. It's just like it's ye old autocomplete in like VS Code or something. Insert an image. Images. Well, that would be the image tag. Yeah, the image tag. Um, so for image tags, you basically do it the same way you did the link, except instead of doing href, you do src, and then you point it to the file name inside the web page directory. No, don't do a, do img for image, and then space src equals, and in quotes, just the file name of the image. Yep. Source. So this might be, yeah, this might be where you have to actually add the file to the main pages directory in that navigation tab, if it's not already there. The one that we were on before, yeah. Yeah, down there. Well, you deleted the other page, didn't you? The preset one? Yeah, it's a preset, but like, I wonder if it just supports drag and drop like that. The images. Oh, I don't see images, no. Yeah, no, I don't see images. The images! Art that's been clipped out of an image. Were any of those images? No file extensions, it's over. It's so over. What is that? Is that a scuba diver? Mhm. They just did not organize it. Shark! Man, I have no idea, actually. Front page count. Tim. HTML. It was the personal one, if that's a directory. Oh, yeah, I don't remember. A world where the image preview doesn't exist. What must have been a tough world to live in. Man. Ooh. I think, um, yes, actually, that should work? Question mark? I think so. Um, like, it's basically doing it like that is basically like telling it it's somewhere else. Um, you can actually do some extra stuff if you want to. Like, you could adjust the size inside of the tag. You can provide alt text. It does work. You have to make it accessible for whenever the so it automatically added width and height tags based on I guess the size of the image then, huh? Interesting. I wonder why it does that. Because you don't have to do that. Like, maybe it's just maybe it's for safety's sake, so that way it can, or so the program can read it correctly, I guess. It might be able to read it easier that way. Does that say it's time to subscribe? Let's go. Time to subscribe. Now this is a certified baby's first GeoCities page. Only now we're only stuck with what's it called? NeoCities. Yeah, NeoCities is the rehash. GeoCities was the old school one. We're gonna make the best old school tech enthusiast website you've ever seen. X, formerly known as Twitter. Shoutouts to the college course I took that was all YouTube tutorials, and I am not kidding. Yes. Yes, like with multiple classes, because the people talk very slow, at least to me, but I guess it makes sense for at least opening stuff. Some people might need it much slower explained, but yeah, copy the copy the code and just install front page editor in a VM. Oh, that works too. I guess not, other than compatibility, since it's an older program, it might not properly work. Windows working? We shall see. Oh, yeah, yeah. Like, it's called "I wrote the program, I can do what I want with it." Yes, I wrote this program from scratch, I made it in Game Maker. I literally yeah, I made this thing in Game Maker. Yeah, uh-huh. Uh, nah, you can fade it out, you can fade it out. Just all I ask is when you do the fade out, if I have this one on there, just do the like the Windows 98 startup. It's a startup, right? The is it 95? Oh, my fault. Whoops. Not a real Windows fan. It's over. I've been exposed. Oh, welcome to MSN Internet Access. Album. I'm muted so that way I could like Man, big mode. Shout outs to Video Game Donkey. Man, he opened an indie game studio called Big Mode. LOL. Bro, I mean, there's some stuff we could actually do for making a nice looking NeoCities page. Like, hold on, let me send a screenshot